guy.
Yo. That's what happens when you don't warm up the car in the morning.
What's the cracking in the voice?
You gotta warm the car up in the morning. I didn't warm the car up. I just cranked it. You gotta warm it up. I should have went like 3-4 minutes before we did that.
Yes, you should have.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday.
Yes, it's Thursday. Good morning to you. How you feeling?
Here's the thing about this new studio. We still ain't figured out the temperature.
No, it's hot as a
It's
mother.
either really cold or really hot.
And right now
it's really hot.
Yes, it is.
What's up? What's up, Red?
I told Red to turn it down when he got here. It's hot. It's boiling in here. Well, our guest host...
It would be 69 in this room.
Yeah, it is definitely 69.
Boom.
Now, our guest host today is Nori.
Nori, the host of the Drink Champs podcast with DJ EFN.
That's right.
But they went to the wrong location.
Yeah, they gave...
They'll be here soon.
Yeah, they'll be here shortly. He went to the wrong building.
The thing is, the black mothership, I get it, though. You know what I'm saying? If you used to be in we've been at the same place for 13 years.
Correct.
Now, the black mothership is in a different location.
Right. So he's at the other location.
Yeah, that's what we call this studio, the black mothership.
That's right.
Black mothership ain't done yet either, by the way. I just want y'all to know.
It's getting there.
It's a work in progress.
It's getting there. I just brought a piece of art, a Nas piece of art. There's something called a bear brick, and people collect them. You see them all over the place. Supreme does it. So many different people, but they did 2 hip hop versions. One is Nas, and the other one is Drake that they did. So I bought the Nas one for the studio, which just represents
Nas is a teddy bear. What is Drake? An owl?
I believe so. I know Drake's is right now. If you look online, it's like $3,500.
Why is Nas a teddy bear though? What they got to do with Nas?
Well, that's the whole thing. It's a bear brick. It's a bear. So they do different versions of the bears. They have Care Bears. They have Star Wars theme. They have Michael Jackson theme. They have all these different themes, and they make one for Nas and they make one for Drake. That's the only 2 hip hop ones.
I miss Care Bears, man. Care Bears was dope.
They got a Care Bear one.
Care Bears was dope. Care Bears was dope because they were like when we have all these conversations about identity. How it's like 69 different ways, 69 different identities now. Mm-hmm. It's like that's how Care Bears.
That's how Care Bears were. Yeah.
It was like everybody had a different emotion, a different feeling they represented on their stomach.
Yeah.
If I'm recalling that correctly.
Yes, that's how it went. So
do they still sell Care Bears?
Yeah.
I would think kids would still like Care Bears.
I think they still do. I think that cartoon might still be on.
No, now you wildin'.
I think they still on. It's not.
No, ain't no way in hell. You might see reruns of Care Bears.
No.
Ain't no new version of Care Bears.
No.
Well, new version of Care Bears, it'd be the Day Bears.
No.
The Day Care Bears.
But I think the Care Bears would be good because, like you said, it's emotion. This shows emotion. What's wrong with you this morning, man?
The Day Care Bears that represent all the different identities that currently exist. I think it's 60. I do think it's like 60-something of them, though, from what I was told.
No. Well, we got some guests joining us this morning.
Who we got?
Dion Taylor, Terrence J, and T.I.
Oh, yeah.
They got a movie Fear, which comes out this weekend.
Tomorrow.
It comes out tomorrow,
Yep.
which it's a scary movie which talks about the fears that people have. So they go into like whatever fear you have. If you have a fear of spiders, it breaks down what it is and puts you in front of that fear. If you have a fear of heights, it puts you in front of that fear. So
yeah, it's the group of people have to confront like their worst fears. So and that's what makes it so dope because horror movies aren't scary no more. Like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, that don't scare nobody. What scares people is real life.
Correct.
So if you had to like face your worst fear ever, the thing that terrifies you, that's what would be considered horror now, and that's what this movie is.
Correct.
Yep.
And we'll kick it with them next hour. All right. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. We'll tell you about Joe Biden. If you're a renter, he's trying to help you out. And if you need some money, well, he's sending a whole lot more to Ukraine. We'll tell you when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hey, salute to our guy, Dre, in Miami. He said, he said, peace, fam, good morning. There's actually a new Care Bears cartoon series that came out within the last 5 years. New toys and everything. My niece has one of the new bears.
I told you. I thought I seen it.
But you can't, don't try to make that sound tough, Dre. Just tell me that there's a new Care Bears series, all right?
All right. Well, let's get in some front page news. Well, yesterday, of course, we had winter storms, and it canceled hundreds of U.S. flights, with Southwest again hit the hardest. So they said it was over like 482 flights canceled, and 235 of them were Southwest flights.
Yeah, but y'all gonna sit here and lie to me and tell me that Southwest was a top 5 airline. Didn't you just report that the other day?
Yes, I reported that yesterday.
Damn
they
lie.
were number 3. Southwest Airlines were number 3.
Southwest is a bus in the sky, and you know what? I might be insulting buses because buses was moving yesterday through that snow. Southwest wasn't.
Now, Southwest Airlines, they are going to be paying pilots millions in bonuses as gratitude for working during their meltdown. They're saying Southwest will pay pilots an estimated $45 million in bonuses. They said some 9,400 pilots are expected to be paid 50% of their regular pay. Other employees, including flight attendants, will also be compensated. So,
salute to the pilots and all the flight attendants. I'm happy for y'all, but you know what that means for y'all that's riding on Southwest?
You gonna charge us some more money?
No peanuts.
No peanuts.
No more peanuts. Okay?
Yes. Now, Joe Biden, it seems like, first he's renting out Renters' Bill of Rights. Now, this is in face of sky-high rents. Now, you know, rents have been shooting up. Inflation is making it go up. So he has something called Renters' Bill of Rights in an effort to improve rent affordability and protections for tenants.
What is that?
Now, they're going to examine limits on rent increases for future investments and actions promoting renter protection. So I guess what they're going to do is see how much landlords are raising rents and make sure they try to, I guess, limit that so people can actually afford where they're living.
Well, that's a good thing, but how is that going to immediately impact people? Because the first is next week.
That is true.
How is that immediately going to impact people?
I'm sure it's going to take some time, but I guess at the end of the day, it will absolutely positively make sure that people are not being overpriced for rent. Now,
it sounds good, but I don't see how you can tell somebody not to, overcharge.
Now, if you're a landlord, you see rents have been going up and been going up and been going up, and it's getting ridiculous. Even in New York City, my daughter goes to NYU, and the rent has shot up so much, which is really getting ridiculous. Now, also, we always talk about money and how much money we have, and
who does? I ain't got none.
Not us. I mean, the government.
Oh, the government. Make sure you clear on that.
No, the government. The government. Well, Joe Biden announced yesterday that the U.S. plans to send 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that on the news, actually.
Now, it will also deliver 14 Leopard 2 tanks from its own stock to the country. They're giving a lot of help and more help to Ukraine, which is a lot of bread, a lot of money. I'm not sure how much those tanks cost, but you could imagine those tanks cost in the millions of dollars.
I mean, technically, isn't that the U.S. waging war on Russia as well?
Yes.
Technically, if I'm providing you the money and I'm providing you weapons, for you to fight against me, aren't you,
yes.
aren't I liable as well?
Yeah, you're supplying the weapons. But as I was saying last year when we had this conversation, what are those sanctions actually doing? People saying, it takes time. The sanctions take time. But it doesn't seem like Russia stopped anything.
And Russia don't care. I ain't seen them stop nothing. I know that they got plenty of resources for Ukraine. They got money for war, but can't feed the poor. Word to Mr. Shakur. That all rhymed.
It did.
Man.
All right. Well, that is your front page news. Now, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. Again, phone lines are wide open. 800-585-1051. We're still waiting for our guest host today, Nori. Nori will be joining us in a second. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm like, okay, bro, what's the fetish? And this man tricked me that he sent me himself in these panties. And I thought I had me a piece of trade.
Oh, I'm so confused at what's happening
I'm
right now. Hold on, you
Trav.
say he did what now? He sent you a picture of him in his panties?
He said on his Instagram, he is this super you would think he a little gangster. And then he sent me this video of him this having all these different panties on. And it turned me off.
That's not what you like, though?
Oh, you like boxers?
No, I like a nigga. I want a
Okay. All right. All right.
I don't want nobody send me the Ethika drawers that you had on your Instagram picture. You showing me panties.
Okay.
All right.
Well, this is get it off your chest, so you are venting. So
we don't know how to help you here.
Yeah, you just venting right now, Trav.
So I was looking for advice from Sean, but he want to play different because Nori. I get it. I don't
know what to tell you. You either want to hit it. You either want to hit or you don't. I don't know what to tell you. You say you don't want to hit because you got panties on. I don't. I would think it's what's in the panties that matter.
Jesus.
Right?
Yeah, I would think.
Whatever's in the panties or boxes is what matters.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning. It's Lima from Philly, rapping Bird Gang. We going to the bowl, baby.
We don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
Could care less.
Yeah, I'm a Giants fan. Say what's up to Nori. Nori's here.
We do not
Hey,
care.
Nori. Listen, I listen to Green Cats all the time. You are really the GOAT. I wish more people give you their flowers.
Oh, thank you.
Nori.
Thank you, sweetheart.
So, we were having an intellectually opinionated convo. My podcast is launching soon on my Twitter at Just Call Me Lima, Leema. And the topic was, if your man proposed to you and it doesn't work out, do you give the ring back? And fellas, are you asking for the ring back? I just wanted to know y'all.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to get that ring back.
Why would you want to keep it? It's an engagement ring. It serves a certain purpose. There's a certain intention with that ring. You know what I mean? So you can't just walk around wearing that.
Yeah, I need my money back.
I mean, well, no, you wouldn't just walk around wearing it, but it's a gift. I mean, you could do whatever you want with it. It's a gift.
It's a gift if we get married. There's an if.
Well, Drake has a chain. Drake has a chain for all his failed engagements, and he kept all his engagement rings. He's a maniac. I don't know why you would buy an engagement ring for every different woman that you want to propose to. That's insane.
Oh, so you got more rings than Thanos, huh?
No, not me. Drake got that.
Oh, Drake. Oh, yeah. That was some real Drake stuff.
What do you think, Nori?
What was the question? I forgot. I know we were talking about Drake's fall.
The question was, ladies.
Oh, do you get your ring back?
Do you get a ring back?
Yeah. You absolutely get a ring back because you're attached to that person for life still. If you take the ring and you put it on your
So if that person buy you a car, you giving that back too?
A car's a little different. A car has the same intention as an engagement ring.
Yeah, there's no if with a car.
It's still a gift. A gift is a gift.
No. You know that. An engagement ring means that you that person's fiance. That's a different intention.
Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
This is your time to get it off your chest. Wake up! Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Ashley.
Ashley, good morning.
What up, Ashley?
You sound upset. What's the matter, mama?
Man, so I've been with my daughter's father for about 15 years now.
Uh-huh.
And he cheated on me for the last year. I had asked him repeatedly if he was cheating because, I just had some type of intuition. He's like, no. I promise I'm not doing that. I'm not supposed to be doing. Well, my son passed away. Fast forward 3 months past that, girl pops up.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And then the girl pops up.
Damn.
And she's like, so I was told y'all just co-parenting. And then I remembered I called this number in October, and it was the same female. And she told me that she wasn't seeing my daughter's father.
Now,
But then she popped up at my house, and she said, yes, I've been seeing him for the past year. I've been inside your home.
Damn.
When you've been at his mother's house for Thanksgiving.
Damn.
I've been inside your home when y'all wasn't moving out of that house, and I helped him carry y'all's bag to the side of the road.
Jesus.
At least she was doing some labor.
Yeah,
that's the least she
that's
could do.
That's what I said. I said, thank you, because then I had to do nothing.
Nice.
My thing is, like, she tries to make it seem like me smoking is worse than what he did.
You smoking? So
now, let's try to beg me to smoke, Did you beg me to take him back, let's get a DJ Andy book, let's work through it, blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, so...
Man, you the poster boy for cheating, Envy?
And I bought the book. But so fast forward, so now we fighting every day for months now. Not good, time to go.
So he said
like,
that the reason he was cheating.
Please don't go. And I'm like, nah, I gotta go. He's like, what you do is worse than what I do. And I was like, wow.
So he said you was cheating. He said you was cheating because you be smoking weed. That's why he cheated.
Yes. And then his main reason was because he said I wasn't giving him what he needed during the time that my son passed away. Mind you, my son was only 17 years old, and he passed away 3 days after his 17th birthday.
Lord have mercy.
Damn it, man. Well, I'm sorry, Mama.
It sounds like all of y'all grieving and all of y'all hurting and all of y'all projecting that hurt on each other. Sound like y'all both need to heal. That's what it sounds like to me.
Absolutely.
I mean, that sounds like an understatement, right? When you lose a son, but that's what it sounds like. Sound like y'all not even really mad at each other. Y'all mad at the situation.
Absolutely. Hello, who's this?
This is Rich from Florida.
Rich from Florida. Get it off your chest, Rich.
Hey, man, I'm just calling to tell my wife, my next of kin, my beautiful friend, my lover, my everything, happy anniversary. We've been together for 10 years, married 7, and got 2 beautiful boys. And I know they're waking up and getting ready for school and everything right now. So I just wanted to tell them happy anniversary.
Amazing.
Well, salute to you and shout to you and your queen, brother. Or, yeah, queen.
Thank you.
All right, man. Hello, who's this?
It's Will calling from Jersey.
What up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Yeah, I just want to talk, and you guys may have addressed it earlier in the week, but when the NYPD was recording the people coming out of the Apollo, I just think on so many levels that was wrong, and it could have went left real quickly. And
I heard that wasn't true, though.
I
heard that wasn't true. I heard they wasn't really recording.
No, they were recording, but they said they were doing it for a video showing positivity and NYPD in the community. But they were really recording.
I understand what they said, but anytime technology or information can be weaponized, it's always been weaponized. So once those pictures or videos have been taken, who knows down the line what can be done with it? And if it was just that simple, if you just wanted to see some positivity in the black community, you could have just went around the corner to Social Corner or Cove or Red Rooster and took pictures of adults. What if one of I know I've been that age group before, 18 to 25. If I come downstairs and see uniformed officers with a tripod and the cameras record me, certain things may come out my mouth, certain gestures may be made by my hand, and then I put myself in a position where I could be arrested or something like that. So the thought process behind that was misguided at best. But why not have a community outreach program where you have people, willing participants, as opposed to all of a sudden NYPD just shows up, and to my eyes, it looks like they've been filming.
Yeah, there wasn't a community outreach though. It said it was they were doing that for social media posts to show how police work with venue security to keep concerts safe for fans. That's what they was recording for.
Yeah, I think that's BS. I think they were filming because they wanted to see who was coming in and out of that venue, especially if something happened. They have the footage of everybody coming in and out.
Hey, y'all do know we getting recorded all the time.
Absolutely.
Whether you see the cameras or not.
Absolutely.
Like we're under surveillance at all times. So
and they got the software that can actually find people. I know they have it in the mall. So if you have a warrant and you walk in the mall, a lot of times they can, pulls right up depending on the warrant that you have. So yeah, that's what I think that they were filming. But they can say whatever they were saying. But I think they were filming to see if anything happened, they would have everybody on film.
Just know we under surveillance at all times.
That's true.
So it don't matter whether they got the camera in your face or the camera on the corner. You're under surveillance at all times.
All right. Well, that is get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. When we come back, we got your rumor report. We'll tell you what rapper said he will never buy a Tesla. And we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club.
And NORE is here.
NORE, our guest host is here today. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Can't just play the music.
I'm about to introduce him. Let the music start. We got the brother NORE.
Yes. You know what's crazy? We all in here ordering our morning beverages. Mm-hmm. The frappuccinos and the coffees and the green teas with the honeys. Waters. And Nori said, "Give me an ace of spades in a Starbucks cup."
Yes.
He wants a cold ace of spades in a Starbucks cup.
I want to live out that life. I want to live out my raps.
My goodness.
I just saw the movie Fair.
And we forgot to hit the room report intro.
I'm about to. He was talking. We just said hello to him.
But I wanted to say something. I just saw the movie Fair, and I wanted to big up T.I., Terrence J, and Joseph for
Joseph Sikora. Yeah.
Joseph Sikora. I always have a problem saying his last name, but all I saw in Fair was Ace of Spade, Ciroc, Branson, and I forgot how to pronounce 50's champagne.
I call it the King's Path.
King's Path. That's all I saw, and I was like, "Yo, that was a conscious decision of hip hop people taking control of it." Because you could easily have Tito's, but who knows Tito? Who knows Tito? Like where is Tito? Tito ain't even Mexican.
That's real. You also got to salute Deion Taylor though.
Deion Taylor, that's my man.
And Roxanne Taylor, homie, Hidden Empire Film Group, because they produced and directed the movie.
Right. Yes. And they're gonna be joining us next hour, so we're gonna kick it with them next hour. But right now, let's get to the rumors.
Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. On the Breakfast Club.
Now, Rick Ross said he will never purchase and is afraid to purchase a Tesla.
Why? He can fit in one now.
Well, this is the reason why.
Well, I'm not going to say I won't have a smart car, but I've never ridden in a Tesla.
No.
Never in my life.
No smart car.
I've never ridden in a Tesla, and the reason being is because I've always had in the back of my mind the government could tap into the brain of the car.
Yeah.
Okay, where's Rick? He's over. Now, bring him in for questioning. Where I'm going, yo, it's leaving Wingstop before the wings. You pull up to the building and the Asian walk out. Hey, Rick, what you think it can't? That self-drive. They got pieces bringing you pieces, robot cars, tacos. So if you get in that, go lock the door and take you where it want to go.
So that's the reason why.
Yeah, salute to my guy Ross, but that logic is short-sighted. Like, everything has smart technology. Your phone can do that.
Yes,
they can tap you on the phone. They can tap you on your laptop. Like, they can tap you on your Apple Watch. Like, we're all under surveillance, people.
Any car over 100,000 is a smart car.
Yes.
Any car. Like, I don't care what it is. The other day, I went to El Molino's. And I
what's El Molino's? Tell people.
That's a restaurant. It's a nice little restaurant. And I went there, and I didn't have the Maybach car. I had the Maybach truck. And as soon as I got there, it started raining, and my window wouldn't roll up. And I literally had to call the engineer, and he told me, and it was like, all of this is electronic. All of this. So the same way that he fixed my window from the restaurant.
Absolutely.
The police can do that.
That's why I say the logic is short-sighted. We're surrounded by smart devices.
Absolutely.
Like, no, Ross.
And drop a bomb for Nori. There's no more Applebee's and Tony Romo's.
Oh, no. Tony Romo's? I ain't gonna lie, I miss Tony Romo's, though.
You know.
Who's Tony Romo, the quarterback? The former quarterback of the Cowboys?
It's a restaurant.
It's a Queens legend. Yeah. Okay. We used to go to court and then go to Tony Romo's right there.
I took my wife on the first date at Tony Romo's.
So that was like noise to envy. That's legendary.
Yes. That was a high-end restaurant to y'all back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Back then.
Like Red Lobster, Olive Garden. Got you. Okay, makes sense.
All right, now it seems like Kim Kardashian and North are starring in a new film.
The cartoon, right?
Paw Patrol, whenever you're in trouble. Paw Patrol will be there.
You got kids, you know that intro.
That's right.
You can sing it by heart. You know Bluey intro, you can sing it by heart. That's one of them ones, Paw Patrol.
That's right. So she's 9 years old. She's being casted in the upcoming sequel, Paw Patrol: The Mighty Movie. So, and North's little brother Saint will also make a cameo in the movie as well. So they're making a lot of money as a family.
And Kim is in that movie.
And Kim's in the movie as well. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, lastly, Complex. You know how they do their list each and every year. They named 21 Savage Best Rapper of 2022 because of his consistent output, improvement, and evolution of his cadence and wordplay with every verse.
I mean, people get upset about those lists, but none of those lists bother me because it just opens up, topics of discussion. Like, I like 21 Savage a lot.
I like 21 Savage a lot, too.
And when somebody says he's number one on a list, of course, people going to name all the lyricists that came out last year. You gonna say, oh, no, Pusha T should have been on. Oh, no, Kendrick Lamar should have been on. But I think 22 be snapping, too.
21.
21. I said 22.
I was like 22. I was like,
another year.
I think 21 be snapping, too. But also, I think Kodak Black had a phenomenal year last year.
Yep,
Kodak Black could have been number one on that list.
Nah, I wholeheartedly agree with you. And the New York in me, immediately once you said 21 Savage was number one, the New York in me said, no.
Yeah.
But then I live in the South for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
So I see the impact. I see, the Kodak Black impact.
Right.
I see it. And you know what? I want to recognize it. And I always used to want to address 21 Savage because of his Nas comments, him saying how Nas is relevant or not relevant.
Irrelevant.
And it's crazy because relevant is relevant to people who the word relevant is relevant to.
Relevant is subjective.
Correct.
I understood exactly what Nori said just now. You said relevant is subjective.
You could ask, some fans of maybe, let's just randomly, whoever I thought of, you could ask E40 fans, is Kodak, is 21 Savage relevant? And they might say no.
Right. Yeah.
And then vice versa, you could ask 21 Savage fans, is E40 relevant? And they might say no. But then, did you see E40's house? Did you see his liquor? Did you see what's going on? Like, he doesn't have to make music. Big up to Mount Westmore. But, and you know what's dope? What I really want to do.
There's levels to relevancy, too, though. Because Nas is an icon.
Yes.
So icons are forever relevant.
And I went, I went to Nas' party last night. Big up to Master Pill, big up to Peter, big up to Jungle, Left, Snacks, everyone. And everywhere I looked, I turned left, Nia Long. Right. I turned right.
You got a Nia Long story we're going to talk about next hour, too.
Yes.
Nia Long, icon. Who else?
The mayor. Like, I turn around.
Eric Adams is not an icon yet.
Wait. Listen. How you go from Nas, Nia Long,
we don't even know if Eric Adams is relevant yet.
Raekwon.
Styles P, Raekwon, you get the
icons.
Yeah,
icons.
But what I'm saying is, everywhere I turn, Mano, Fabulous, everywhere I turned, there was a star. And as you looking and you thinking about, like, I started writing rhymes because of Illmatic. And where did Illmatic come out? In 92, 94, somewhere around that time?
I think.
And to see this man he jumped on stage because they tried to ask me to perform, and I ran so fast.
Why not? Body in the trunk?
No, I don't remember those lyrics. It
No.
would have been a horrible performance. Me and him both. He don't remember them neither.
And the fact that they're using lyrics against people in court now, you shouldn't want to remember them. Back in the trunk. Like, for example, that jacket you have on. That's that Averex.
Yes.
Classic.
Iconic.
Yes,
Timeless.
Absolutely.
Yes. You can't put relevant on that.
Yes, that's right. But then there's some little kid that out there that's saying, "Hey, man, that's not real fair."
That little kid works for Peter.
But relevant is different. But I thought that conversation was dope, and I salute Complex for putting out that list.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. When we come back, we got front page news. We'll tell you about Ben Crump and who he's suing next and the reason why.
That's the lawyer, right?
Yeah, attorney.
Yeah,
yep.
okay.
We'll talk to him. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Your company has goals this year. Find the right people to help you achieve them with ZipRecruiter, where 4 out of 5 employees get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast. ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast. BREAKFAST. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest host joining us this morning, Nori. Nori.
Yes, sir. We here.
All right, let's get into some front page news. Now, we know the governor of Florida, DeSantis, he's been trying to get African-American studies not taught in classrooms.
We believe in teaching kids facts and how to think, but we don't believe they should have an agenda imposed on them. When you try to use black history to shoehorn in queer theory, you are clearly trying to use that for political purposes.
Well, Attorney Benjamin Crump, well, he doesn't like that, and he's going to stand up for our people, and this is what he's planning on doing.
Governor DeSantis, are you really trying to lead us into an era akin to communism that provides censorship of free thoughts? Or are we going to make sure that Governor DeSantis understands that we will stand on the American principles of the free exchange of ideas, whether those are ideals and culture of European history, whether those are ideals and culture of German history? Everybody who is here in America, you have a right to have your culture, your history respected and taught to the children of America.
We have to get these TVs working in here because I want to talk to Ben Crump more about that.
Absolutely.
And let's be clear, they have never wanted us to know our true history in this country, okay? But when you're talking about, icons like James Baldwin, Bayard Rustin, even when you're talking about like the founders of BLM, you have to discuss the intersectionality of someone's, sexuality and their race. Now, if they just teaching kids about sexuality, I can understand pushing back on that because I don't believe things like that should be taught in the classroom. Those are things that should be between, the parents and the children at home. But when you're discussing somebody, a black history legend like a James Baldwin, a Bayard Rustin, you got to discuss this intersectionality between sexuality and race.
Absolutely.
You have to.
And when you think about the pyramids and things like that, like people still don't know how the pyramids were built. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Let alone so of course we need to learn about our history, and that lets you know that they're afraid of our history, because if they don't want us to know about it, then that means that they don't want us to be great.
They're afraid of you knowing who you are,
Exactly.
and also they're afraid of their kids knowing who you are. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can't teach a whole new generation of white supremacy if you got a bunch of white kids looking at the history of black people in America and saying to themselves, well, that was totally fine how they were treated.
Yeah.
Like, that was totally wrong how they were treated.
Like, I love the fact that everyone's going to Ghana. Mm-hmm. and receiving this history. Like, yep. I felt like I was in Ghana with Dave Chappelle when Dave Chappelle went. I think Talib and Michael Blacksman, and I follow all of them on Instagram.
There, but I don't be posting them.
Yeah, you was there with them?
I was there the week before them.
Okay, I thought you was there the week after, because I guess you posted the week
when he
after.
came home. Yeah,
yeah. So
you know me, when I post, I'm gone already.
Yeah, me too.
When I post, I've been gone a week.
Me too. But I love that. I love the fact that we are going back and we are learning the history and the tours that's happening So definitely, we can't erase Black history. I mean, that's the point of this.
Absolutely. And lastly, Meta is going to restore Donald Trump's Facebook and Instagram account. Now,
that's Facebook? Meta is Facebook?
Yep, Facebook and Instagram. So they're saying the suspension was handed down, of course, in wake of the January 6th Capitol riots. They believe it was fueled by Trump's baseless claims that the president's election had been stolen. But it seems like they're going to give him back his Instagram and Facebook.
I'm here for it.
What, you just want to be able to talk about it?
No, yeah, I'm here for it. Listen, I can't lie. Listen, Donald Trump, Twitter used to be lit. Listen, let's be kidding.
The thing, I'm here for it because I'm all about freedom of speech. But if the freedom of speech is dangerous, if the rhetoric is dangerous,
like it will be, yeah.
Then
in certain accounts.
Yeah, that's when you got to police it, you know. But I'm not gonna ever sit here and say, oh, you know, he don't deserve a platform.
Right.
But by the way, let me just be clear. I only go on Black Twitter. I know that's not a separate app. I know it's not a separate app. Jesus. But for me, when I go on, it just automatically brings me to Black Twitter. And let me just tell y'all, Donald Trump is on Black Twitter, man. I'm just being honest with you, man. I'm just being honest with you.
Because there's a bunch of Black Twitter people who be retweeting this silly ass
all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
They find it funny, but the rhetoric he's spewing is not funny. It's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not here to. I believe in freedom of speech,
and I'm gonna be honest. Sorry to make this elongated. Joe Biden ain't coming outside.
What you mean?
We ain't seen old Joe nowhere. He ain't been to Dinosaur Barbecue. He ain't been to Justin's. He ain't been nowhere. He ain't been to MV Car Show.
Who do you think Joe Biden is?
Joe Biden's supposed to be like Eric Adams, man. Eric Adams, wherever you at, brother, I respect your outsideness.
Goodness gracious.
And Joe Biden, I'm gonna be honest, because you got the sister with you. I wanna root for you and Kamala. Sorry, but Joe, you just not outside. Did you see him at the Black church?
No. Oh yeah, I did see him.
I did not like him at the Black church.
He was confused. He looked like he ain't been outside in a long time. Is what you say?
Like, this is his first time in Magic City.
Oh my God! Yeah, so he said he want President Biden to be like Eric Adams. Just
yes,
mixy.
I do. Eric Adams, you
mixy in these streets.
Yes, be mixy out here. Eric Adams, you outside, and I respect you.
Because man, Adams trying to be relevant. We was just having a conversation about relevancy.
No. He is relevant. He is relevant. In my world, he's relevant. I want him to come to my party and just drink some Ace Spade.
He went to Apollo. He met with Jim Jones. Every Wednesday.
His son got a mixtape.
His son got a mixtape.
I'm going to copy it. I'm going to copy it. Hopefully it's for sale. I'm not going to listen, but I'm going to copy it just on the strength.
My goodness. All right. And that is front page news. Now, when we come back, Deion Taylor, Terrence J. T.I., the movie Fair comes out tomorrow. We're going to kick it with them. Now, we interviewed them yesterday, so Nori won't be in this interview.
No problem.
But Nori's here. He's hosting. He's our celebrity host. He's our guest host for today.
Yes. Yeah, Lala's on this one.
Yeah, Lala's on this one. All right,
Big up, Lala.
It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
And that's what the movie deals with, is the manifestation of the consciousness. So inside the film, what happens is all the characters are dealing with something, the most unique thing we have on earth, which is the mind. So whatever it is that you could actually manifest or see, whether that's good or bad, that's actually what you bring into your reality. So the movie is really cool that way. And it's a big conversation piece, man. We've been touring the last week now. We did like 5-6 cities, and every time we screen the movie, it's been like an hour Q&A after every one about what the mind is doing and how it's doing it. And a lot to do with mental illness too, man. So it's dope that way. And the end, I think, is just spectacular, man. Like the message we give, which is, how do you defeat fear?
And filming this was horrifying. Deion made us sleep on the floor. Like, we didn't have no trailers.
Don't sleep on the floor.
Lived in a whole other compound.
Hey, look, bro. Hey, man, I told him I would go ref it. I mean, like, reffing it for me, though. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you that the lodge we filmed on really is haunted.
Yeah.
It look haunted. No, it is. Dog, the story that they told, that was real shit.
No.
Yeah, that story, that lodge with the killing of the witches and all that shit is real.
Y'all didn't sleep there, though.
Yes.
Y'all slept at that lodge?
At the lodge. Yeah, there's this really
they
lodge.
did.
Horrible.
Yes,
We
they
slept.
did.
Yes, they did.
They did.
What'd you see, Terrence? Did you see anything when you was there sleeping?
So I'm not when I pulled up my mattress, there were spiders that came out from the bed. They had to change like the bed that I was in. Like it was terrifying.
That was actually crazy.
Yeah, it was terrifying. It was terrifying.
So you still stayed there after the spiders came under your mattress?
I'm a method actor, baby.
It's so helpful.
No,
though.
but you guys,
really
you guys got to remember this was the first movie that was shot during the pandemic. So we actually went to the CDC and had the conversation with them before they started doing the bubble and all that. We were the first ones to do it. We were actually driving test results to LA and back every day.
That's how he got us all there.
So that's how we were able to get there. Joe Sikora drove from New York to Lake Tahoe to do this film. Terrence, Tip, everybody came down and descended into one location so we could make the movie. Originally, I was going to do it with a camera phone, and then I got a little bit more risky and was like, man, I wonder if I could call it a real DP and really shoot this. And so what I think is really great about the film is in between takes, you will see, when you go see the movie, why it's called Fears, because you can really see every actor in there really dealing with something. Because this is at a time where we didn't know. So now everybody's cool, now everybody tough, now everybody know everything. But this is when we were watching CNN and 10,000 Bodies every day. We were saying, you know what I mean? It's that moment. So to be able to do that film during that time, and shout out to Roxanne, man, for producing the film during that. But we did it, man, and now to have a movie that looks like this and feels like this, fresh, new, it's pretty dope.
That's dope.
And that's how he got us all there, because, you know, he called me and said, hey, man, I'm going to shoot a movie. I said, man, ain't nobody shooting no movie. He said, nah, I'm going to shoot a movie. I said, all right, when? He said, like, Thursday. I'm like, huh? And that's what happened. Really, it was as I guess as spontaneous as it sounds, that's exactly how it went down. And as soon as I showed up, I saw Terrence, and it ain't like, you know, I got to show up and prepare and go to wardrobe. Like I showed up, hey, what you wearing right now? Hell yeah, let's go. First scene's coming right up. The campfire scene, that was like 30 minutes after I got there.
You got there,
really?
I love that. I love that. There's such a grittiness and so authentic when it's done that way. Like when you just in the trenches shooting a movie, it's a labor of love. Everybody's just putting their best foot forward. It's not about the hair, the makeup, the clothes. It's really about just digging in and getting into.
And you got to be
character.
a beast to do that.
Yeah.
He a dog.
So you thought to yourself, Dion, let's use no budget whatsoever.
Well, that's what the film represented was the moment in time we were in. So even when Tip got there, right when he got there and I looked at him, I was like, that's it. This is the moment. This is what he looks like. You know what I mean? And yeah, no budget at all. You know, what we were trying to do was just be raw and be ugly and capture what it felt like during that time. But the twist is when you go to the theater, you'll understand where we're going with this, because like I said, fear is a powerful emotion, and it can manifest in a very, very hurtful way. So what I thought was really cool about the movie is as we keep growing it and growing it, I was saying this the other day, like during that time and even now, like you feel like, oh man, I feel like I got a little thing right here. You go online, you start searching, you go down the rabbit hole for, you know, you done diagnose yourself on
about to die.
on WebMD.
I do it all the time.
Right? So you be like, I got this. And so this energy is in this film, right? How we perceive television is in this film. How we perceive everything that we consume and how we regurgitate it is in this film.
All right, we got more with T.I., Terrence J, and Dion Taylor. You know that movie Fear comes out tomorrow, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with T.I., Terrence J, and Dion Taylor. Their movie Fear comes out tomorrow. Now, Lala was joining us during this interview, so let's get back to the interview. Now, you talk about the campfire scene. That's the scene where you guys start talking about your fears.
Yep.
So let me ask you guys, in real life, what is your biggest fear? Start with you, TJ.
My biggest fear is just not maximizing my full potential. You know, waking up an old man and looking back and feeling like I left something on the table. And so that's why every morning I get up, I'm like, you know, I don't want to leave anything behind in this life. You know, so that would probably be it.
Is that why you let Nia Long walk in front of you in Dubai?
What?
You didn't want to leave her behind?
You want to leave her behind?
What was it?
Nothing romantic. Nia Long is my sister. That's family. That's my sister. No, that's like my sister. How did this even go left? That's like my family. When you see Nia Long, when you see Lala, you gotta open the doors. You know what I'm saying? Nia Long is a national treasure. She must be protected at all costs. You know?
Now, what about you, T.I.? Your biggest fear?
I think my biggest fear, man, is not being able to be there for my kids and my loved ones when they're depending on me, when they need me. And not even just not be there physically, like, just not be here to guide them and direct them and, offer my I guess, experience, knowledge or wisdom for them to get through whatever they might be challenged with. I think that's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
I think my biggest fear is like constantly trying to wonder if I'm going to be here in 10, 12, 13, 14 years for my kids. Like, I'm like, man, I want to be here when they turn. That's something that I keep on messing with, and that's something you got to not do. You got to live in the moment right now and understand that, every day is a blessing versus you trying to live for what 20, 30 going to feel like. You know what I mean? So it would be time for me. And what's crazy is we deal with all this in the film.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the movie, you did the whole airborne virus that got people stuck in the house. You know what I mean? But then also, I'm not going to give it away, but there was a lot of people who committed suicide during that time. When was all of that? Did y'all tape all of that during that 1 year? Or was that stuff y'all did after the fact?
We did it all in the 15 days we were there.
Wow.
So we were really ahead of
covered a lot.
That moment.
Yeah.
That's why I keep telling, that's why the movie is being received the way it is, because what you just hit on, which is we were actually ahead of that curve a little bit, where we were like, man, just thinking it out loud, like Tip, Terrence, you know what I mean? Like how it happens is pretty dope.
Is your mind always
July?
Go ahead.
What was it, like July 2020?
Yeah.
We did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
it
it
was
took
like
a
right
long
in-
If everything started hitting the fan around March, April.
February is when it started going
February,
crazy. And then,
we put all the money on the screen. So it's like, when he asks you to participate in something like that, you want to get paid 6 figures to be in it, or you want to invest 6 figures and have a seat at the table. And so that's the beauty of what Dion's created with this is we're, producers, complete profit participation. And I love that because it's all about, bossing up. It's all about us working together. It's not reaching up. There's no studio handing us down money. It's completely self-financed.
but it doesn't look independent. For anybody out there,
it looks great.
not look independent.
It looks great. It
Like
looks
if they
great.
didn't tell me that right now, I would have never thought that watching it.
It feels Get Out-ish now that I think about it. That's why, the people in Get Out, the actors, they got...
They throw a shot at Get Out in the movie.
Your mouth to God is. You know what I'm saying?
Terrence J.
Come
threw a
on.
little, is this Get Out in the movie? A little bit.
Lil Rel, they bought his check with a armored truck on a pillow. I'm dead serious. An armored truck on a pillow in a box. His first royalty check from Get Out.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but I think like what this represents, everyone talks a good game about this black excellence and building our own, but it's very seldom, man, that we actually really work together.
I was gonna say that.
And people don't want to have that conversation about working with people that look just like you, and especially in this industry, man, where people are actually the ones that look like you could be the most cutthroat, and the most people that'll push you away. So very cliquish, you know what I mean? So for us independently, man, I've been, this took us a long time to be able to build this, but now like movies like Black and Blue and Intruder and all these other films we done made, Supremacy, with Mahershala Ali and Danny Glover, like now to be able to do it at this level and now also be inclusive and work with other people, this movie could go much further than I could throw it based on the fact that these guys could run faster than me too. You know what I mean? So this should be like the new brand of what we're trying to build in Hollywood, which is really everybody working together and building something and owning something collectively. Not just one person getting rich or getting empowered. So if this movie works, we do it again, and then we do it again, and then these guys actually participate. Because right now, no one owns IP.
I was gonna say that's what's so important. And one thing about you, Dion, is you're always about giving those opportunities to people to us, people that understand what our day-to-day lifestyle is like, and I think it's amazing to provide those opportunities to all of us for ownership, and just also to kind of I've learned a lot from you, like just learning from you, and I know just watching how he works is like a master class, and to be able to be a part of that, and then like he said, take that blueprint and do it again and do it again. That's what it's about, providing more opportunities for all of us out there to continue to grow and then put us in position to provide more opportunities for more people.
You got to have that. It's a reason why people like, man, I haven't seen Jack Nicholson work in 25 years, but he's sitting on the front row of the Lakers game, right? It's because he owns stake and equity in Batman. Keanu Reeves, The Matrix. You know what I mean? So you could go on and on how these guys are able to actually be a part of something. But us, we always get it up front. You know what I mean? And now in this system where everything is streaming and they own everything, you really don't get no IP or equity. So now you're going to get paid all the money right now, and then you're going to watch that for the next 20, 30 years. Your kids going to watch that. So to be able to participate like Real did in the Get Out or have percentage, I'm sure he didn't invest, but they gave him equity in the movie because he came in a small budget movie. But this is different, man. Like, this is ownership. So when you see Fear this weekend in the movie theater, and you're right, it looks fantastic. Shout out to Chris Duskin, the whole VFX team that worked on this. When you see that, just understand when you buy that ticket, it is actually going back to a black production company and back to these guys who put their money up and they own that. So in 5 years from now, when you watch Fear, it's theirs.
So now we can buy some cars for Envy's car show.
Envy?
Some extra cars for the car show.
Loan us a car. Who got the most cars?
Got a T.I. and Envy?
Yeah.
T.I.?
Hell nah,
T.I. I was going to ask, so were you bored during the pandemic? It was like, I got to shoot something. I can't just sit on my ass. Like, was that where that thought process came? Because we were all home doing nothing.
No, Dion was calling everybody. He was on the phone with Charlamagne 6 a.m. every morning. We got to change the world. We going to do a like Dion.
I got on a couple Zooms with you during the pandemic.
We did great, man. We were active.
Dion was leading the charge on the
It wasn't even entertainment stuff. It was politics.
I think all of us, you and me and Killer Mike and Tamika Mallory, I think we all just, everybody knew something big is going to come out of this.
Right.
We just wanted to be a part of whatever was going to be on the other side that was going to be financially beneficial or even just culturally beneficial. And I think, in our own way, everybody did. You know what I mean?
A lot of people didn't make it to the other side. I'm saying that physically as well as mentally.
Mentally, yeah.
A lot of people did not make that jump.
Y'all show that in the movie.
Yeah.
Some people wanted to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some was around them just wasn't, they just wouldn't let it happen, would they? I ain't gonna say too much.
All right, we got more with T.I., Terrence J, and Deion Taylor. You know that movie Fear comes out tomorrow, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with T.I., Terrence J, and Deion Taylor. Their movie Fear comes out tomorrow. Now, Lala was joining us during this interview, so let's get back to the interview. Charlamagne?
Deion, how important is just mentorship? Like, who taught you? Like, you giving the game to people, but who taught you?
You know what? I wasn't taught. And I think that's what really helps me to be who I am today, because it was so hard for us for 17 years. Every time we went somewhere, somebody tell you no, you don't know how to actually do something, so you have to learn on your own. And I just remember, man, 2-3 times having a metaphysical death in my life where I'm like, damn, man, like, I thought I was doing this right, but I collapsed. And later on in life, I ended up meeting Robert Smith, who became a real mentor to me. But I was already on the move. He already seen that. But yeah, that's why.
The richest black man in America, too.
Yeah, but that's why I just come from a place, man, of like, man, we could just show and educate. And I know that's not normal, but, we already said, man, the game is to be sold, not told. And I've always been like, no, man, you get a game away for free so we can learn and move forward. That's the bottom line. You know what I mean? It should not be this thing where it's only one. And we've had this conversation. I've seen Kevin Hart have it. I've seen T.I. have it. Terrence have it. That's a reality right now. It's only one. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, how do we get past that? And then how do we also celebrate people that's actually winning, man? We was talking about Joe Sikora, 50 Cent on the way over here, because Joe is a really big part of this film. And I was just saying to myself, man, do you guys understand? We do as a culture. But do you understand what this man has done in television?
Talk about 50?
Yeah.
I don't think people understand.
Yeah. They don't.
50 on his black dick whoop.
Yeah, but at the same time, why does the country not understand that? And then why is he still being in a position where he has to fight for him?
Networks, right?
Right? Like, this is real, man.
I think it's no value in black content. we value it, but I don't think
but we
it's
are
value when
the
it's in
value.
somebody else's hands.
True.
They try to devalue it when we own our own content.
Well, his numbers is better than every other show on the network. So what does that mean?
But that's also why it's up to us, like everything that we're talking about, because obviously 50's been a mentor, and I've said a million times, I'll say it 1,000,001 times, 50 changed my life by the opportunities that he's always provided to me. But then you'll see people be like, oh, she did Power, now she on BMF, she just do everything where 50's at. First of all, I'm loyal, and second of all, like, this man provided me so many opportunities, so that's who I'm going to stick with. I'm going to stick with it. You're mad about that, or that's not the right thing, but some other person gives me opportunity. Yeah, you should go do that. You should go do that, because like T.I. just said, it's value when we give it to somebody else, but when we have it, it's just it's not value.
Man, they criticize you till they copy you.
There you go.
That's real. No, what Tip said, it makes a lot of sense, because I'm thinking about like somebody like Norman Lear.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If Norman Lear called you every time, no one would say anything.
Yeah.
Judd Apatow.
Yeah.
You know,
that's right. I would be praised everywhere.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking too, Tip, you know, who's mentoring the young rappers in Atlanta? Because you talk about your growth and your evolution, and I feel like brothers like you who made the transition from the streets, you know, to corporate America, got to give these young brothers some game, because it feels like they just throwing it all away.
I'm always here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm always here. I always try and make myself available whenever I can, and I believe that the mentorship is, you know, it's present. It's present, man. You know, you got institutions of culture like Grand Hustle, QC. You know, you got free bands. You got street execs. You know, it's a lot. So deaf. You know, you got a lot of OGs that, you know what I'm saying, that reach back and still make sure that the conversations are being had. You got Killer Mike. You got, you know, CeeLo. Yeah, of course, Jeezy. Everybody like does our part to make sure that if there's some information that a young man or a young lady needs, that they know where to find it. Places like the Gathering Spot, places like the Trap Music Museum, places like Trap City Cafe, where you just show up and just happen to see somebody. Hey man, how do you, like a person like pulled up to the cafe or like, how do I copyright my music if I can't really afford a lawyer? I was like, man, you know, I just used to, I don't know if they still do it like that, but I just used to put my demo in the mail and mail it to myself.
I don't know where
Hey man, I teach the way I would talk. You know what I'm saying? If you, I mean, that's what I learned. You know.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
This is a question for you too.
Into the mic, Dion.
And you, this is interesting. Could you when you name Killer Mike, yourself, QC, all these different brands, organizations that has pioneered rap, is there a way to actually unionize hip hop?
Was there somebody trying to do that?
They've been trying to do it for
many. Well, why they trying? What I'm saying is you could actually do that.
I think it should be done, and the reason not only for that, for conversation and growth, but also think about all the artists that get older in age.
That's what I'm saying.
Then,
with a pension,
don't have health care, or, you know, don't have the finances they need, don't have retirement. I mean, I think that would be a great thing.
I guess you'd have to look at other industries to see how they did it, because that's out of my spectrum of education. I guess you'd have to look at like the film industry and see how they did it way back in the day.
Because those old artists have nothing,
right?
Right, like they've been used through the system, through the studios.
Some of them don't own their music,
nothing,
and their records get sampled.
So they gotta wait for they gotta wait for the 50-year hip hop to get a check, right? So that's crazy, man. Like you should, as smart as you are, man, you should dive into that.
I mean, bro, I hear you. It takes participation. You know what I mean? Everybody got to be, you know, willing to come together. I see most of the time our people, if it ain't our idea, you know what I'm saying? If we didn't think of it first, like, you know, a lot of times people don't really want to participate, you know, collectively. But it is a phenomenal idea.
And it's going to be resentment to the artists who aren't doing well. Then, you know, why should I work with the artist that is doing well?
Then you just build it without them. right?
Yes,
I mean, you don't get in, right? So anyway, that's interesting. We just
you gotta pay your dues for after, so it's the same thing. You pay your dues yearly, and then when things happen, you get health insurance, you get retirement.
We need that. We need that right now.
I'm with it.
Yeah, we need that.
Last question. Dubai.
Uh-oh.
You gotta
You know
chime
what's
in.
happening,
so break
man?
down that performance. That's 70 what? 4
I just saw
million.
T was Neil Long. I was like,
$24
shit.
million.
It was
You
a-
Neil Long watching Beyonce go.
I saw you with Neil Long.
A bunch of different
Did you go there with Neil
celebrities.
Long?
No,
You
stop.
sure you ain't go there with Neil Long?
I seen you watching.
You got in a fly ass ride
Where's the
share with
main
him.
cameras? It's the main camera. He did not
He did
go
lick Jessica
with
Lange's
Neil
leg.
Long at
did.
all. Stop.
sorry.
No, a bunch of celebrities went out there, right? Neil Long is a friend. A bunch of friends. We're all out there. We're hanging out. Incredible performance. This is the biggest launch in the world. They launched this hotel, the Royal Atlantis. Nobu launched it, a new restaurant. It was incredible. We all went out there. Beyonce looked amazing. She looked impeccable.
looked amazing.
Voice, obviously. Blue Ivy came out. All the vibes were there. A very theatrical performance. So this wasn't single ladies dancing type Beyonce. This was Halo Beyonce, right? Very
Grown
classy.
Beyonce, it seemed
Very,
like.
you know what I mean? So the outfits and the wardrobe was masterful. She came out. She went on this little platform. Had the wind and the water hitting her. It was amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Water
It was-
hitting her?
Yeah, they had these sprinklers hitting her. There was fire. There was fireworks coming off of the building. You know, everybody was out there. It was a vibe.
I just had one question when I seen it. Why not 25 million? Like,
the number was reflective of not just the payment to her, but it was a whole production around it. You know what I mean?
Around number 24?
Yeah. So this,
So it's
this
24 million all in. Remember we said that was all in.
I thought it was like $1 million an hour.
and I don't even think that was the number. I
I
think the number was actually more. I think like the bigger number was somewhere around 45 million. Like it's the biggest launch. They wanted to outdo the original Atlantis
That's
launch.
somebody
which
you
was
can honestly
the
say,
biggest
man,
one at the time.
she deserved that.
Absolutely.
She worked her ass off all throughout the year, man. And when you see Beyonce, you gonna get a show.
Yes.
So
It's
like
worth
it's certain
every
people
penny.
we just happy to see
That's
those
right.
types of numbers go to.
And you
know
expect
what I mean? Absolutely.
And when
Yeah.
somebody
And
else is
back-
like, man, why I can't get 24 million? Because you got Beyonce.
But yo, back to the Neil Long question. We have to celebrate our queens. We have to make sure when they step
with
out,
you.
when
Whatever
we
you wanna
see-
call it, Terrence.
you know, when I see, when I see Gabrielle Union, Niecy Nash, Megan Good, like we gotta celebrate our icons. You know what I'm saying? Lala will tell you. I don't care where I see. I will deflect to my sister any
Did y'all fly
day
there
of the week.
together?
What?
I didn't know. I'm asking. Terrence, I'm asking you, Terrence.
Absolutely.
Y'all flew on the plane together. I'm asking.
Man, no.
Shout out to me and
You
Matt.
told Mario staying there to throw everybody off. I know what the hell going
You
on.
told Marion to not come.
Ladies and gentlemen, this week, January 27th, and Terrence Long is the breakfast.
There's nothing wrong with being Terrence.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Yo.
Now, we got our guest host with us, Nori, N-O-R-E, joining us this morning.
N-O-R-E.
Yes, sir.
Make sure
Thank
y'all
y'all.
bring Nori's Ace of Spades and me in the
it's Ace of
Starbucks cup,
Spades time.
please.
It's Ace of Spades time.
That's right.
And I want to salute another Queens person, Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith.
He was here
I see
this
his
week.
book.
That's right. Speaking of his book, just heard it hit the New York Times bestsellers
Oh,
list,
really?
man. Yeah,
Congrats to
number 5
him.
on the New York Times bestsellers list. Nobody sold
Well-deserved.
more books this week than Prince Harry.
Wow.
Yeah, so salute to Stephen A. Smith and Charles Suit and everybody over
That's
there
dope.
at 13 Gallery.
That
Book
is
and
dope,
print.
dope.
And we so glad that Rihanna people are leaving him alone.
I don't think they leaving him alone.
Nah, not yet.
I don't think they leaving him alone.
Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk N-O-R-E.
Oh,
Rumor has it, rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty
All right,
patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
on the Breakfast Club.
Now, Nori is media now. Nori's been
is-
media for some
is media
years.
now.
Drink Champs is one of the biggest platforms out here.
Thank you.
And you know, Nori be having that tea.
That's right.
All that Hennessy.
Where you want to start with? Where he was last night? You want to start there first?
We did that already.
No, he didn't tell the story. So he, tell
you're
us some
right,
of the
you're
people you ran into last night and where you were last night for people that just joining us.
Well, the biggest thing was I had just recently recorded up a show with people that's the guests of today, T.I., Terrence J, and Joseph Sakari, who we all know and love as Tommy. And I just brung out the fact that Nia Long has been outside, like
outside.
She's been outside. She's been around. Everyone's been seeing her, and so I seen Nia Long.
You seen her last night? I'm looking at the picture right now of you and Nia Long.
You
on
see
Instagram.
my confused face because I told her, I was like, Nia, I just wanted you to know I said on my show that you've been outside. And I don't know if she caught it or not, but she was like, "Yeah, I've been outside all month." I was just like,
well, she probably has because she probably been promoting Best Man the final chapters.
Yes, but that's not what I meant.
He didn't mean outside promoting.
He
meant outside holding a Marion's hand, outside allegedly with Terrence J. Like she outside.
But big up to Nia Long. She was so sweet. She got to meet my wife. My wife was she wanted to meet her so
See,
bad.
I know Nori doing the wife. So like, she got to meet my wife. I was with my wife.
I'm definitely with my wife. Yes, definitely. My wife goes with me everywhere.
That's right.
And but she was such a pleasure. She was everything that I thought that it would be. This is a beautiful black queen.
Of
you know
course,
what I'm saying?
Nia Long,
and she's
bro.
living her life.
Come on, man.
And I actually, when I brung it up, I brung up her and I brung up Lori Harvey. And I actually want to just say, like, you know what I'm saying? I support females that, that want to be do exactly what they want to do.
Be free.
You know what it is?
Yes.
We got to get our minds out the gutter because, the reality is what's wrong with people just dating. Like,
Right.
we see people together and we just assume, he's sleeping with that person or she's sleeping with that person. Like, no, they probably just dating. You can't date.
Right. And me, I'm such a lame. I've been with my wife 16 years.
That don't make you lame. Drop on the clue bus. What you talking about? What's wrong with you?
No. I mean,
all of us got our rings on.
To the average, that's right. To the average human being,
married mob.
And I actually sometimes want to listen to other people's flaws. Like I realized I liked it Jerry Springer years later because my life was better than these people's life right there.
Oh,
so every now and then
you like watching other people dysfunction because it make you feel better about your dysfunction.
I like to watch other people's disasters.
There's levels to dysfunction.
Yeah. So get back to my point. Big up to Nia Long. Who else I seen last night? I see the mayor who is outside. I think he should go.
Mayor of New York, Eric Adams.
Yes, Eric Adams. I think he should go for president because he's outside way more than Joe.
No, we do not want Mayor Eric Adams to run for president. He's just very mixy. And by the way, he should be. You got to meet people where they are.
Obama wasn't mixy though.
Obama wasn't.
Obama wasn't. We needed a little bit more mixy out of Obama.
Nah, he wasn't mixy.
Yeah, he wasn't mixy.
But that's not what I wanted to talk about.
Okay,
there was another little rumor that you said here behind the scenes.
Okay.
Remember?
What?
You was talking about Future and Drake.
Oh, that's what I heard. I heard that's a big rumor that Future is not too happy this Drake and 21 Savage album. And
because Future and Drake did an album before,
and it makes Drake and Future album not as important, I would say.
That's what he feels.
And that's I mean, this is allegedly. This is all rumors. I never heard it from Future's mouth. Never heard it from Drake. Never heard it from 21. But it's a alleged big rumor that's going on right now.
Where'd you hear that at, N.O.?
In the streets, with a K.
In Miami, in Florida.
In Miami, yes. I'm a Miamian. Yes, I'm a Miami.
So you heard that Future is upset with Drake because Drake did an album with 21 Savage because it makes their project
down
seem less important.
I would think so. You know what I mean? We never seen Jay-Z do another Best of Both Worlds. You know what I'm saying? We seen Watch the Throne, but that was an equally
even with that
the album with Jay Electronica too.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and even that Jay Electronica was credited as the album. Like there's certain songs that don't even say featuring Jay-Z.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different.
But I will say this: I like the fact that these younger artists and newer artists are doing records with other people and doing albums with other people. Because back then, you guys would never, because y'all would have too many label conflicts.
But
could you imagine if you and Nas really did an album together?
Right. I was
could you
with Nas
imagine
last
if you and Fat Joe or and Terror Squad and Thugged Out did an album together?
I think what we got to do is big up Drake, because Drake is to me is learning how important he is to the culture, and he's spreading it.
I think he knew that.
I think
he always knew that. That's why he always does records with the up and coming people.
Yeah, but I think it's more so when you do a whole album with 21 Savage, and with all due respect to 21 Savage, it's like you're putting 21 Savage on that level now. Like even though he probably was on that level, but now you're putting him on that level. You're putting him on the level of Future. You know what I'm saying? And Future is arguably one of the most influential artists ever. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I don't think there's nothing to argue.
Yeah, I mean, like, I look at these
absolutely.
kids, and all the drugs that they taking, and it's all for Future. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm sorry, like, but you know.
And for the record, I don't believe Future probably feels that way. I don't think Future's that petty. I don't think he's upset that Drake did an album with 21.
I probably. I mean, we're getting too much money to be upset.
Yeah,
period. But it's a little discrepancy. That's what I heard.
Well, that is your rumor report.
Yes.
Charlamagne.
Yes.
I'm high.
You high? Why? Because Nori went outside to smoke?
I think I'm high.
I'm not.
Nah, not yet.
Nah, but we're going to put some champagne in the Starbucks cup in a second.
Right. That's right.
And for after the hour, this is a great segue into talking about how you can lead the youth in a more positive direction, because I need a couple of people to come to the front of the congregation, Michael Gibson and Thomas Smith. We'll discuss.
All right, we'll do that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Looking to turn a small bet into a big payday? With DraftKings Sportsbook same-game parlays, you can pocket more cash when you combine multiple bets from one game. Download the app, sign up with code ENVY, that's ENVY, and get a special offer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day, ask Charlamagne.
I'm a Democrat, so being Donkey of the Day is a little bit of a mixed one.
So like a donkey.
Yeehaw.
Okay. Donkey of the day.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
Now, I've been called a lot in my 23 years, but Donkey of the Day is a new one.
That's right. We got the Ace of Spades in the Starbucks cups, baby, because NORE is hell. That's right. Donkey of the Day for Thursday, January 23rd goes to an Annapolis, Maryland man named Michael Gibson and a 31-year-old man named Thomas Smith. I'm using the word man loosely. Okay, this young brother is 23 years old, Michael Gibson is, but we all know the full development of the prefrontal cortex isn't fully accomplished until the age of 25, but the law don't give a damn. And the reality is they shouldn't, especially when it comes to what this young man did. Now, Michael Gibson is 23, and he was sentenced to life in prison with all but 80 years suspended for first-degree murder and 20 years concurrent for using a firearm. I don't know what any of that means. It just sounds like forever. Okay, in fact, when I hear sentences like that, prison sentences like that, I think to myself, what does the judicial system, my Invisalign got in my way. What does the justice system know about the afterlife that we don't? Okay, when they give out those kind of sentences, are they talking about this lifetime and the next? Because they can't possibly expect me to do all this time in this dimension. No way Michael was given eternal time. Okay, what did Michael do for a judge to sentence him to prison forever? Well, he was promised $3,200 to kill a man, and he did it. Yes, $3,200 to kill a man. Not just any man. It was his mom's longtime boyfriend. And because his mom and his boyfriend had an argument that he didn't like, he decided to hire someone to kill them. The guy Thomas Smith did. Thomas Smith hired Michael Gibson to kill his mom's longtime boyfriend for $3,200. As much as Jody hated Melvin and Baby Boy, he didn't even attempt to do nothing like that. In fact, Jody stepped to Melvin, got his ass knocked out, fell through a glass table, got his ass choked a little bit from the back. Hell, Jody even cocked the gun on Melvin, but didn't raise it, and Melvin ended up taking it away. The point is, mama gotta have a life too, and if mama is arguing with her boyfriend, of course, you don't let anybody disrespect your mom, but hire somebody to kill him? You're gonna erase two lives? Yours and his because of $3,200. I know $3,200 seems like a lot of money, and it is, but not incarcerated forever money, okay? $3,200 is barely rent money for some people. $3,200, you can't even get a BBL. The average BBL price is $6,200. You got to kill two people at $3,200 a piece to be able to afford one BBL, and you're only going to have $200 left. Now, I've heard, I've never killed anybody or shot anybody, but I heard that after you do it, you are extremely hungry for days. Nori, is that true?
Yes. I don't know what you talking about. I'm gonna be honest. I was so intrigued by you doing Donkey of the Day in front of me.
Talk to the mic, man. You got the mic on the table.
Donkey of the Day in front of me. I was just sitting there mesmerized.
Nori said yes, and then he said, "I don't know what you're talking about."
My bad.
All I'm saying is, $200 will not be enough to eat for the rest of the week if you have to kill two people and pay for a BBL. Listen. My fellow Americans, I really don't know where we have gone wrong, but generations are failing generations, okay? Thomas Smith is 31, Michael Gibson is 23, so that's an 8-year age difference. Do we realize the difference that is? Think about an 18-year-old schooling a 10-year-old. How much more life that 18-year-old has lived than that 10-year-old. That 18-year-old has already learned to drive. He's graduated high school, about to start college. 8 years, that's 2 presidential terms. All right, a 31-year-old should be schooling a 23-year-old to the game of life. All right, a 32-year-old can have a major influence and impact on a 23-year-old. Same way you can give him $3,200 and encourage him to kill somebody, you could have said, hey, man, I'm going to put this money towards you learning a trade. You know, I'm going to put this money towards sending you to barber school. Now, don't get me wrong. Trade school and barber school cost more than $3,200, but you understand what I'm saying. You have the ability to point this young man in the right direction, but instead, you decided to turn this young man into a crash test dummy. And now his life is finished. And did you know this young man was prohibited from possessing a firearm due to a previous conviction? So this lets me know this young man is one of them ones. You know the ones I'm talking about, the young shooter. Okay, think Old Dog and Menace, Bishop and Juice, Poppy from Left Rack. He's that young man. Folks in the community know is one black and mild short of a 5-pack, but instead of someone putting their arm around the brother, showing him love and getting him on the right path, they decided to aid and abet his dysfunction. Okay, the scripture teaches old men and women for counsel, young men and women for war, but it should be war against a system. Okay, a war against oppression and perpetual exploitation, a war against ignorance, a war against piss poor morals and values, not war against each other. Please let Remy Ma give Michael Gibson and Thomas Smith the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
All right.
Whole world, y'all.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
You better bundle up.
I realize as many years I've been coming on the show and doing the show, I've never seen you do Donkey of the Day.
Nah, you never seen?
Nah, because I've always been a guest. I've not been a guest host.
The show.
Now I feel like Angela Yee.
This is not your first time guest hosting. Nori was. Remember, Nori used to come up here.
Nor'easter.
Every Nor'easter. So every Easter Nori would come.
The whole show, right?
But he hosted Breakfast Club a couple times back in the day.
It felt like I guest hosted, but I don't think I officially was a guest host. But I feel like it felt like
I think he just pulled up.
Yeah. But that, I mean, a lot of people would say those were the early seeds of Drink Champs.
Yes, it was.
Started to be like,
I love how he took his own props.
That's the truth.
That's real. That's real.
I like hearing Nori.
I always say that. I say, and rest in peace to Prodigy. But had Prodigy not wrote that book,
yes,
I might Drink Champ. So I owe Prodigy a lot because all I wanted to do was just basically rebuttal. Yeah. Have a rebuttal to his and you brothers was my brother along with Angela Yee, she's my sister, and y'all gave me the outlet to come up here. And I remember me going to Canada, me coming up here so much and then going to Canada, and I walked through the security gate and the guy says to me, Breakfast Club. And I was like, and then he kept saying, he had nothing else to say to me. He just kept saying Breakfast Club. And I said, damn, I either owe them money or I was like, this is something about this. And then I started to realize, I was like, wow, they like hearing me talk. Like,
that's right.
And that, so yeah, you're right. That's what
early,
Drink Champ.
That's right. Early seed to Drink Champ was planted right here on the Breakfast Club.
All right. When we come back, 800-585-1051. Nori is here, of course. You know, he's from Drink Champs.
Yes.
But we're going to be talking drink text this morning.
Drunk text.
Yes. Now,
I know Nori's drunk. I know Nori sent some drunk text before.
Simmer. Now, this conversation really comes the other day. One of our producers up here, her name, we call her Simmer.
This story better be good, too.
Who got the keys to the bimmer?
This story better be good.
It's kind of terrible.
It better be phenomenal.
Now, she got a drunk text the other night from an old classmate.
It better be phenomenal.
Now, what did that classmate say to you?
You got to take your mask off to talk, Sam.
Oh, sorry. I'm just so used to it. So, yeah, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking it's one of y'all texting me pertaining to the show.
What are they doing texting you at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I would never be texting.
The show starts at 6. Well, not necessarily them, but like other producers.
I was trying to. You do an alley-oop. I was trying to take the jump. I was just playing.
Go ahead.
So I'm thinking it's somebody from the show to talk about work, because usually it's only me and God at that time. And I look, and the name, I'm not going to say it, but it was somebody I haven't spoken to in like since I graduated. And when I open it, I could already tell it's a full paragraph, like the one you got to scroll for.
The long.
And it's like, he's like,
you had a long drunk text.
Yes.
Drunk text usually be short.
Yes,
okay,
he was telling me about like somebody who passed away. I have no idea. And he's like, oh, I wish I did this 10 years ago, but I like you. And like in between, he's dropping like curses that don't even make sense. And then he took a picture of what I wrote in our yearbook. And he was like, oh, I saw this and I just thought the timing was right, blah, blah, blah. And then like 10 minutes later, he texted me back and goes, I didn't do that right.
That wasn't a good drunk text.
Yeah, that wasn't a good drunk text.
That was a story.
It was frantic.
It was frantic.
A good drunk text is when you send somebody something and you be like, yo, I want that pissy.
Oh,
you know what I mean? That's a silly drunk text. You know what I mean?
The thing is, I can't.
Or a woman hit you and be like, yo, I want that duck. Like, duck? You talking about dinner or sex? You know what I mean? What do you mean?
Well, let's open the phone lines. 800-585-1051. We're talking drunk text. We'll talk some more. If you sent one by accident, maybe you received some. Let's talk about it. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, of course, Nori's here. He is our guest host for today.
Yes, indeed.
And we're talking drunk text. You know, he's from Drink Champ, so we're talking drunk text. Now, have you guys ever received a drunk text from anybody?
Talk to the drunken master. The drunken master's right there.
Yes, all the time.
Like, name one.
Just, you know, we've been having amazing years, and just our brothers just hitting us and saying thank you. You know, I've been able to give 16 people jobs, you know what I'm saying? Even more than when I've been rapping. So I just always, every now and then, like, I'll give somebody a bonus or something like that, or someone would just text me like, man, I love you, man. You really a real one. And I prefer that much more than the street texts when they say you're a real one.
Got you.
I got a drunk text from Nori one time. Yeah. He was like, yo, I love you, bro. I want to spank you for everything that you do. I'm like, what? Did you love me and want to spank me?
And if that's true, which is not, it might have been thank you.
I knew what it was supposed to be. Okay, I knew what it was supposed to be.
Yeah. And that's good. Like I like to say we didn't make up the phrase giving out flowers.
Mm-hmm.
No,
y'all
made
did.
it famous.
No.
We made it famous, right? And
the way y'all do it is super fly. When y'all do the gold flowers, I think it is.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna tell you when it means the most.
Right.
When you see God bless the dead DMX.
Right.
God bless the dead Gangsta Boo. That's when it's like, yo. That's when it really hits.
And take off too. You know what I mean?
Take off. Word up. Yeah.
But so what I like to say is, drunk texts are necessary because sometimes it's something that you really mean. And you like homegirl just said, like, maybe this guy really meant that and really wanted to say that for 10 years. He didn't have the courage, and you know, Ace of Spades and Ciroc gives you that courage. You know what I mean? So so I think it's necessary. Big up to Natina. I think it's necessary, and I think it's dope to give people flowers. I think it's really, you know, I really knew Envy when he had an MPV. You know what I'm saying? He really. Montero. What was
Montero.
it? Montero. I'm sorry.
Right.
MPV was cool. I'm pulling your car. Y'all always pull my car. You know what I'm saying? But and to see where he's at, that's beautiful. So when I see him, you know, doing the car shows, and I always try to, like, either I participate or try to participate, and it's just dope for me. It's dope to see where you came from. It's dope to see the evolution of a human. You know what I'm saying? Because a human that stays are the same is just
they dead.
They're dead.
Yeah.
So drunk texts are necessary. I'm sorry to make drunk texting deep. There's no one else who can make drunk texting deep. You know what I mean?
I remember I got a drunk text about a year ago. I think I told you. It was another DJ, and I guess I hope he was texting a young lady.
First of all, tell me who the DJ was. I'll tell you if he was texting a young lady.
I couldn't tell you who the DJ was.
I'll tell you right now if he was texting a young lady.
He texted me, yo, I can't wait to get that ass, right? True story.
I don't see the problem.
True story.
You gotta prove this was a
true
accident.
story. And then I guess he caught himself later, a couple hours later. He was like,
no,
my bad, bro. That wasn't for you.
He gave you 2 hours to respond. and then he realized, like, damn, MV ain't gonna give me no action. So let me clean this up real quick.
But it was drunk text. He was drunk, and he meant to text a young lady. I'm not gonna tell you who it was. I'm not gonna do that to him. I'm not gonna do that to him.
At least text it to me.
No, I'm not texting nothing. Jasmine.
Good morning.
Good morning. You a drunk texter, Jasmine?
Girl. I said girl.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have sent the 50 text. I had an idea of what I was doing, but I didn't get the outcome that I was hoping for.
Yeah,
because it was more like what are you doing? It's 4 o'clock in the morning, you know.
And I don't think people realize. Women don't realize when you say pissy instead of the other word, it throws people off, especially after that Young Miami interview with Trina.
But if
you know what I'm saying? After that Young Miami interview with Trina, you got to be careful. You hit a dude talking about you gonna get this pissy. No, you're not gonna pee on me.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Kobe from Detroit.
What up, Joe?
What's up? I was drunk and I texted my boyfriend mom telling her I was gonna beat her ass.
Whoa. How do you make up for that
You text your boyfriend's mom, you gonna beat her ass.
Yeah, how do you make up for that one?
Yeah, that's weird.
I was drunk.
Pause. I mean, not pause, but don't curse.
I was drunk, but yeah, it was hard. Like, we had to have a whole conversation about it and everything.
Damn it, man. All right,
Well,
man.
I wanted to, first of all, who did you mean to text?
Or did you really mean that?
I meant to send it to my boyfriend.
Oh, you meant to tell your boyfriend I'm gonna beat your mom's ass?
No, I meant to tell him I was going to beat his ass.
Oh, ooh, well, I'm gonna be honest. You could have been saying some other wild stuff. You know what I mean? You could have told your boyfriend I'm gonna eat your ass and send it to his mom. That would have been crazy.
That would have been wild. Hello, who's this?
Hi, I like to see good morning. I like to hear for media, sorry.
Now, you were drunk texted. What did you do, mama?
So, I'm going to give you guys the whole network. So, my man is now currently my fiance. He was gone for business work. I was out with a girl. We were drinking, and he told me to be home soon. So, I would go ahead and start sending him some clips of me getting wet in the shower, getting on the bed, and the whole network. Well, my fiance's name starts with J, and so does my stepbrother's. So I accidentally sent my stepbrother while I was drunk, and now I have to see an every holiday, and he saw me completely naked, and he winked at me.
You sound drunk now.
Your phone sound crazy. So
Yeah, you
what
sound
I heard
drunk.
was you sent a naked picture and a naked video to your fiance's brother.
Correct.
Sound like you trying to blame it on the alcohol. Sound like you meant to do that.
It was alcohol.
Yeah, but it sounded like you meant to do it. Like you know, you just blaming it on the alcohol, but you feeling his brother a little bit.
Hello, who's this?
This is Greene from Alma. Hello?
Yeah, what's up, bro? We talking drunk text.
So last year, I was really spiraling. I was using a lot of substances, and I used to get drunk a lot, and I texted these girls to sit on my face pretty much. But I'm actually sober now. I've been sober. So.
Yo, ass made him get sober. Yo, that's crazy.
Did he say he wanted the girl to defecate on his face?
No, he said with the he wanted the girl to sit on his face.
Oh, I thought he said. Oh, okay.
That's crazy. I thought we enjoyed that. I thought we was the gang out here. I didn't know booty gang was making people go sober.
He's sober. I don't drink anymore. I no longer drink because of that. 800-585-1051. We're talking drunk text.
Yo, and then going sober afterwards is nuts.
It
goes together.
Scared straight program.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me. Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Come on. 800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We get our guest host, Nore. Nori's here. Now, if you just join us, we're talking about sending drunk texts. Now, what are y'all looking at?
We viral, baby. Yeah, salute to the Jasmine brand. I was just looking at the Jasmine brand. They put up a headline, Future allegedly upset that Drake did an album with 21 Savage, says Nori. Like, this just happened.
Goodness gracious. Well, shout to Jasmine.
And I said allegedly, too.
Yeah, we said allegedly.
Yeah.
Damn it, man. Viral already.
It's all good.
But we're talking drunk text. Now, of course, have you ever sent a drunk text to somebody and regretted it? Or maybe you didn't regret it. Maybe you don't care. Hello, who's this?
What's up, Eric?
We're talking drunk text. You sent one out, brother?
I got one, man. I received one.
Where you got it from?
What's his name?
I was out, and seeing an old acquaintance, and after returning home, I got some I effing hate you. You ain't nothing but a dog, like that. And a few minutes later, like, where you at? I want to see you. It was just
that's like a cocaine text.
Weird poem.
That's not like a cocaine text. That don't sound like alcohol. That sound like cocaine. No, for real.
I don't know.
Cocaine take you through the mood swings. I'm gonna be honest with you. That story was whack, bro.
Horrible. Hello, who's this?
Hey, hi, it's Diana.
Hey, mama. We're talking drunk text. You sent a drunk text to somebody?
I didn't send one, but my ex from college sent me one.
What'd it say?
He just said, hey, what's up? This is Diana. I said, yeah, how are you? And he responded, you married?
That's
Whoa! That's all. What's up, man? That's all y'all got. Whoa!
Hello, who's this?
Yo, it's Jimmy from New York.
Jimmy from New York. We're talking drunk text this morning, brother.
Alright, yo, I don't, personally, I just think the drink gives you, like, the confidence to send off a text that you always wanted to send off. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened
you get those texts at like 4, 3 in the morning and shit like that, so it looks kind of weird. But other than that, it be shit that people be wanting to say. You know what I mean?
So you saying the DJ who sent Envy the text saying he want that ass, he really wanted to send that?
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
Word. Now,
No,
I feel you.
I don't think so at all. I think
I
he was
feel
trying to say it to another lady, and then I said another lady. A lady.
Whoa. I like this. I love this. This is progressive, bro. Whatever you identify as, I support you.
Oh my goodness. Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up? I don't even need to be on air, but I want to know how Simma responded to that drunk text.
Oh,
dying to know how she responded.
This must be the person
This
who
must
sent
be
the
the
text.
gentleman.
Come here, Sim.
So
Sim
you
right
go-
there. How'd you respond, Sim?
So now, if you just joined us, Sim, one of the producers up here, got a drunk text a couple of days ago from somebody she went to high school with.
Yeah.
And what she didn't say is that the guy was white.
And she's black.
And at some point in the text, he said Black Lives Mother. And it confused her. He said, I want to be with you,
funny.
Black Lives Mother.
But that's why I was going to say, I can already tell that's not the person who texted me because that's not the voice of a white man.
Oh.
So how did you reply to the gentleman?
Well, because he was white, I had no interest in going, but he was cool, so I didn't want to be mean.
Dr. Umar would
only
be
date
proud.
black men.
That's what I'm talking about, Sam. Pick up
And
Dr. Umar.
So I texted him and I lied to him. I was like, I'm in a serious relationship, but I don't mind catching up. We could talk. Like, I'll link with you. And then he texted me back and he was like, what did he say? He said,
0 lashes for Simma. 0 lashes.
Zero lashes. He said 0 lashes for you. He's happy. He's basically happy that you didn't reply to the white man.
Yeah. So what's the moral of the story? There was a young lady that said she texted her barber's son and asked how big his penis was, but we lost her.
By the way, that's not drunk texting. You really want to know how big somebody's penis is. A drunk text is when you mess up a word. You know what I'm saying? Or you might be overly emotional and you might say something that you regret sending, but that's not drunk texting.
Right.
Just say you want to see what the barber's penis look like. That's all. You want to give some cut to the person who does the cut.
So what's the moral of the story?
You gonna get some trim to the person that did with trim.
There you go.
Jesus.
That's the more. No.
Oh,
But you know why?
You haven't lived it. They haven't reached out to you.
I know because I learned from people before me, so I've always been super paranoid about that. When I saw Wesley Snipes go to jail back in the day for that, and Fat Joe, I'm super.
Back in the day, that was 5 years ago.
I know. You're right. But I thank God for my financial team, Lifeline Financial. Salute to Humble and Laura and everybody over there. By the grace of God, no.
Well, somebody is getting that knock because they allegedly owe $4 million. Geeks. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest host, Nore here, Nori.
Yes, sir.
And let's get to the rumors. Let's go.
Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
on the Breakfast Club.
We're going to start off with some sad news, but before we do, let me ask you a question, Nori. Nori, have you got a colonoscopy yet?
I don't know what that is, but it sounds like something to do with my anal section.
Yes, but that shouldn't matter, Nori. You should go get it. I got mine over the holidays.
Okay.
Then we got his this week, I think.
Yeah, this week, earlier this week.
Yeah, you
Monday,
got to, man.
actually. Yeah.
We up in age, bro.
They stick a camera up your butt.
We born in the 1900s, bro.
And they make sure that there's no polyps or anything that's cancerous in there,
I immediately am hurt right now.
You're not even gonna feel it.
They put you to sleep.
Like you ever, when you go on the screen machine and you drop down.
Yes.
That feeling. When he said that,
do it. But we've lost a lot of great people in our culture.
Yes,
Chadwick Boseman, God bless the dead. Combat Jack, Reggie Osei.
Yeah. That's what he got.
Yeah.
And it's 90% treatable if you catch it early.
Correct.
Right. So, you're supposed to get your screening around 44, 45. Well, 45 is the screening age. Yeah.
Yes.
I just shouted out Combat Jack. I got it in the rhyme. I said, it's cosign. I drink more Ace than Jay-Z. And I said, rest in peace, Combat Jack. Free tax till he free. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That's an ode to the podcast game.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the reason I mentioned that is the Inky Boys. That is Randy Gonzalez and his son Bryce. If you don't know who they are, they do the skits on TikTok. The skits are huge. The young boy can actually, I should say, is he a teenager? He's not a teenager? Yeah, but the young boy can actually act, and they do funny skits. And his dad recently passed away with struggles from colon cancer.
Rest in peace.
So when he found out that he had it, I think back a couple of months ago, back in April, this is what he actually said.
Spreading awareness for colon cancer. So the fight and the battle is still not over.
And if y'all don't know you have cancer, go get checked.
So I've been to 3 rounds of chemos already so far. Everything's looking good. It's been horrible for me. I barely started moving again. My hands and feet. Cancer sucks the life out of you. I have to change my chemo because it's not working right now, but I do feel good.
Very sad.
And what's sad is he was only 35, so that means he probably had a history of it in his family.
Right.
You know, because they say if you have a history of it in your family, then you should go get, checked earlier.
35, yeah.
God damn, man. God bless that brother, man.
Rest in peace. And big up to Dr. Sabi, man. That's the reason why I believe in all of his products and everything that he's doing. Yeah.
But we're going to stay on top of you till you get a check.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Pause.
All right, now,
God damn.
I was just about to say, I'm in, but I don't think that was proper neither.
Staying on top of him is the prep. It's already open, Doc.
Jesus. Now, this is the one person I'm scared of no matter what. IRS. That's right.
There ain't no one person. That's when you're supposed to use the word they. That is not a
They
plural.
don't want you to be great.
That's right. They. That is they.
Now, Chris Brown has been hit with a tax bill that totals over $4 million.
Lord have mercy. God damn it. The way Nori feel about colonoscopies, that's how that made me feel.
Now you got to be like, damn, I'm hurt right now.
And me, I'm a positive thinker, so that means that he had to make at least 10 to 12 million, probably.
Yes.
Like, to owe that.
And when they come, they want their money. And if they don't get their money, they're going to put a lien on everything, including passports, houses, cars.
You said that to me earlier. Mm-hmm. That was very shocking when you said that to me. You said they put on your passport.
Yeah, they did that to me before.
Like you owe child support.
Yeah, they don't want you to travel. Like they feel like you might be fleeing the country. And also they want to make it inconvenient, make you want to pay them. And you know what it did?
Made you pay them.
It made me pay them.
Gee, I'm about to say let's make some noise for that, but I don't think so.
No.
Let's skip on that.
Yeah, let's skip that. Leave the IRS
$4 million.
alone.
So is that over some years or was that over 1 year?
They didn't say. They just said that he owes $4 million. And lastly, Family Guy, the cartoon, is getting a lot of, I would say, negative feedback because of this joke right here.
Oh, music festival, huh? You think the Von Trapps will stick around to pick up their award this time?
I don't know about them, but they're gonna have holograms of Tupac and also Nipsey Hussle, who I'd never heard of and then was told to care immensely about.
Yeah, people don't like that joke.
It's Family Guy.
Now that I'm being honest, I didn't get offended earlier, but now, hearing it just now, live on air, I kind of did get offended.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about shows like Family Guy? Mm-hmm. You'll watch them, you'll laugh until it's something that pertains to you.
That's
like
true.
certain shows, certain people you may enjoy until it's about you
and your
or
culture.
somebody that you love.
Right.
Now you're offended. But we know what Family Guy is. We've always known what Family Guy is.
Yeah,
that's what Family Guy does.
I'm offended now, though.
I'm offended.
It made me feel a little funny.
Shout out to my people at Monster Energy Drink. Because you got a Monster deal
what
too,
kind
right?
of segue was that?
Terrible.
Shout
out to my man Jamal. I was trying to make some fight.
Say salute to All Money In. You know what I mean? Salute to Black Sam. Somebody. Lauren London. Like J-Rock.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess I like Family Guy so much that I didn't want to stay on dissing them. But I'm sorry.
Shout out to Jay. Shout out to whole Monster Energy. Yeah. Monster sponsors me, sponsor my car shows, my warehouse, my office, and everything over there.
But
so
you like Family.
them.
You salute the Monster, but you like Family Guy because they do things like that.
That is
But
correct.
you have to know that eventually it's going to be your turn.
Offend you as well.
Yeah. So you kind of got to keep that same energy. You can be offended, but you got to keep that same energy.
Right.
You know?
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. The People's Choice mix is up next. Let's start off with some Nori. He's
why
here.
not?
Let's start off with some Super Thug.
Oh, why not?
It's the Breakfast Club.
Should have got a new record from Nori.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Your company has goals this year. Find the right people to help you achieve them with ZipRecruiter, where 4 out of 5 employees get a quality candidate within their first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast. ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast. BREAKFAST.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our special guest host, Nori, Nori here.
And I like how y'all kindly didn't help me drink none of my champagne.
No, we got it right here. I'm not an early morning. I'm not an early morning drinker. Nori's been drinking.
I'm not neither. I just wanted to celebrate. I want to. Sorry if I'm interrupting, but I wanted to thank y'all, both of y'all, face to face. You know what I'm saying? I know that my media career started from here, even though it's not here. It was another building.
Yep.
But my media career started, even though I don't think y'all did it purposely. I don't think I did it purposely. I think it was something that was just birthed. And
you're a very entertaining person, Nori. You're top 3 storyteller in hip hop.
Yeah. Thank you.
You, Irv Gotti, Fat Joe, best storytellers in hip hop.
Yeah. And tell Irv Gotti, you got to forgive me. How you mad at me for what you said on my show?
He's mad at you too.
He mad at you too?
No. He's not mad at me. But
you
I know he's
said
mad
too.
at Fat Joe, but he's mad at you too.
Yes.
I didn't know you were mad at you.
Listen, by the way, Irv did my show 3 times, and he gets mad at me every 3 times.
For something he said?
I don't. Why? I'm not that great of a journalist, guys. Like
all you do is get everybody
I just get you drunk, and then you say whatever you want to say.
But that's why everybody loves Drink Champs, because it's literally like inside baseball. You know what I mean? It's like y'all in the locker room. Y'all been playing for all of these years. Now you get to hear the players talk.
How did you know he was mad at you? Did he text you or mad at you?
No, he's not texting me back.
Oh.
That's why he's not calling me back.
That would be
and what's crazy is I can't have you mad at me and Ashanti mad at me. Like it's crazy. I don't think Ashanti's mad at me, but she hasn't done the show. Ashanti, wherever you at, you and Mama Ashanti, we would like y'all. Get y'all pedicures and manicures and then things like that. We would like to, just sit down and tell the story. You know what I mean? We're having fun. Drink Champs. I know I haven't promoted this whole time, but Drink Champs will come on every Thursday night. Revolt. Friday on audio, and then Saturday on YouTube. We just recently did a wonderful deal with people at Warner Brothers for the audio part of the side. We're having fun. Big up Jack Thriller. I don't know why he keep texting me, but he must be listening. But and we're in a great space right now, man. I'm having fun. This is not the most money I've ever made, but it's the easiest money I've ever made, and I'm able to give people jobs, and that's the thing that I'm most proud of. I'm able to help other people. It was at a time where I could just get up and say, I want to go to Monaco, or I want to go to the south of France, or I want to go to, Paris or whatever, and I could just do it. Now I'm making it so people around me can do the same thing.
That's what's up.
And I don't got to cop their flights. And that's kind of cool. So big up to Mass Appeal too, Nas, Peter, for inviting me last night. We went to a great party. I met Nia Long, got to tell her, what I said about her on the show. I got to meet the mayor of New York City, who y'all don't think is a big deal. But for a person from Left Rack City with my criminal background, my criminal record, for me to shake hands with a mayor of any sort.
No, we do. Eric Adams is a good dude.
He's been up here a couple times.
He's a friend of the show.
He's a friend of the show, yeah.
I think it's a great deal. I think that's the first official hip hop mayor. We had David Dinkins. David Dinkins did visit the hood, but
not like Eric Adams.
Not like Eric Adams. Eric Adams. I think Eric Adams is rolling dice in Harlem right now.
I don't know if he's the first official hip hop mayor.
Yes.
In New York? I think so.
Maybe in New York. You got
New York.
Roz Baraka. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so sorry. I did not mean the world. I meant New York. And to me, I'm sorry, and I know you from Monk's Corner, South Carolina, but to me, New York is the world. So I'm sorry, I've never grown out of that. I've never grown out of that. So if you something in New York, if you did it this time in New York, you did it the biggest. You know what I mean? And I think he's dope. I think he can shape up to be a president. I know it's saying it funny,
I don't see that.
But we need a president that you can identify with. Like everyone says Barack was the first black president. Barack.
He said Borat. I said Borat.
Borat had a show on Showtime.
Yeah. I loved it, by the way. But we need the first hip hop president. I don't want to say the first N-word president, but we need the first hip hop president where you come in and you coming out to 21 Savage. Will you do something for me? You know what I mean? And you going to the podium.
Will you do something
what's that
for
dance
me?
that they do? I can't do it.
The giddy?
I can't do it.
What's it called?
I can't do it.
The giddy?
The gritty. My son be walking through the living room. I be so mad because I'm like, yo, how did I don't have rhythm? Like, my kids got rhythm and I ain't really got it. You know what I mean? But we need a president coming out to that. And I just got to say something. I'm sorry because Joe Biden, I am not happy with you.
Me neither.
I am not happy with Joe Biden. Kamala. You invited Jason Lee to the White House, so I forgive her on the strength of that.
They invited everybody.
That was there.
Everybody envied. They invited me. I didn't go.
Don't say everybody.
I didn't want to go
because I ain't. I've been looking on my mailbox forever.
We're gonna get you on that media list, Nori.
Nah, I think my criminal background is not gonna allow me. I was about to say a story. Let me let that go. But man, again, thank y'all for letting me come up here and bug out, man. I forgot how crazy y'all are. I listen to y'all all the time. In the morning, well, you should know if I give you that text I'm listening, that means I'm doing something positive. You know what I mean? If I don't listen to y'all, that means it's a negative day happening.
Okay.
It's a negative day happening. And you know, ironically, the only part that I don't listen to on the show is the positive note of the day, because I be wanting to be a little negative. Like
we're going to do that when we come back. Let's do the positive note when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest host, Nori, who has never heard the positive note.
He never heard Donkey of the Day live, but he said he never heard the positive note.
Right. So before Charlamagne does the positive note, you got positivity for the people, Nori?
Yes, man. You know what? Stop paying attention to the hate and pay more attention to the love.
That's real.
You know what I mean? It would be times I would go on Twitter or go on Instagram, and I would actually, pay attention to the people saying Nori's gay, and Nori has a big head, and Nori's Timberlands.
Why everybody got to be gay?
I never heard that one.
I mean, call me gay.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean
I heard call you gay, but I never heard it from Nori.
No, I'm saying anywhere you make it in life, that's the first rumor that they come out with. And those are important because you need the balance, right? But the love is more important.
Absolutely.
Like the love is like I remember just now, Russell Westbrook just got an interview with a lady, bigged him up.
Mm-hmm. And
she bigged him up so much that Russell Westbrook thought it was a joke.
Yeah, he's like, I need you in here more.
He thought it was, because he's not used to.
Yeah, that's real.
He's not used to positivity. That's how crazy. That's how rare positivity is nowadays. Is that Russell? He kept looking at her.
That's
if
right.
you look at his mouth, he's waiting for a joke. He's waiting for her to say something. And when she just stayed all positive,
that's right.
He was like, we need people like you. But that's exactly what we should live.
That's right.
We should live like that. We should live like. We should be used to that. That shouldn't be abnormal.
Rare.
Shouldn't be abnormal.
Absolutely. So let's put
that's my positive note.
Let's put it in a nice little package. I'll piggyback off Nori. Mm-hmm. Our life is shaped by our mind, for we become what we think.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?